I know this is going to sound pretty crazy, but I promise you this will make total sense when you watch this video. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another military video for all your military video needs. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. And as always, we have a live stream every Friday, 7 p.m. California time, where I answer your questions live. You can also donate as little as $1 down to the Patreon link down below. We appreciate it. Thank you. And it sucks because I get this question all the time. What is the perfect score? How do I score this perfect score for a corpsman or MC or whatever the job that you want to get? I know this because I'm actually living and breathing this with Justine while she wants to improve her score. And realistically, there's only one score that you can increase, and that is math, because you can gauge where you're at in math much easier. Did you ever think that you could gauge in high school how you were the difference between grade 9 and grade 12 on your own personal knowledge and like see a measurement based off like what type of reading you were doing? It just doesn't really make sense, and it's hard for you to gauge or understand. So this is why I tell you guys always focus on math. Also because usually better jobs are going to be more math-based or STEM-based stuff. So science and math are going to be your two main things. And again, math is the one thing that you can actually gauge. Also because I believe highly in the fact that you guys probably are just wanting to figure out how to crack the test to get this certain score. Realistically, this is a standardized test. You're not going to know how the score is broken down. You have your different sections of testing where you know you're in math, or you know you're in like a reading writing section or like a mechanical section, but you're not going to know each individual line score where you're at that point to determine what is needed for that job. And I've avoided making this video about an Asvab score because I feel like it's really unnecessary, that you guys honestly are going to have the knowledge that you need, or you're not for the most part, for any of the scores that you're going to need to join the military. I mean, other than getting the 35 or higher, which most of you are going to fall into, you're going to score okay and be offered some kind of job to get in the service. This is because I give the analogy of if you're applying to somewhere like Harvard or Yale, for example, and they have a listing of what their average SAT score is, do you think everybody that is going to take their SAT is going to know how to calculate in their head what part of the SAT they're on to score a certain SAT score? The same goes for the ASVAB. It's the same exact thing. These are standardized tests that you can't really gauge where you're at, what you're doing, what your score is going to be. And I'm sure most of you guys, when you guys leave the test, or if you've already taken it, are already saying, yeah, when I left there, I had no idea what I just took, because it's kind of all over the place. You feel like you're just taking like an eclectic collection of tests that have come together into different sections. So studying math would be the best thing, and I say that if you're not that good at math, and I know a lot of you guys are out there, literally go to the community college or find out some kind of tutor. There's somebody out there that will help you. This is because, honestly, math is something you're going to need. I know your teachers probably told you this, but Nikki's going to tell you one more time. And I say this as somebody that's used math in pharmacy, medicine, stuff like that. This is something that you need to know. And math is honestly just one of those things that you're going to use eventually, probably in every bit of life in one way, shape, or form. To be totally transparent on what my ASVAB score was, it was somewhere in like the mid-50s, I believe. But the truth is that what happened was my line scores saved me for a certain set of jobs, because I'm pretty good at reading comprehension, and I'm also pretty good at science. So I think that's why I got offered corpsman. But that's just my belief, because I know I've always tested in those things very well compared to others. And I want to say, as somebody that also sucked at math before, I actually went back to college, no joke, went back to college and started at the entry level math. Like, no joke, entry level. Like, our first week was addition, subtraction kind of stuff. And I literally worked myself up all the way to statistics, and that just took time over time of just chipping away at those classes. So if you keep chipping away at the math if you can, because honestly, it will become easier if you're driven. You realize that once you're an adult that you appreciate education a little bit more because you have an actual goal, whereas school can seem kind of like this unforeseen destiny. Whereas like for you guys that want to get better at the ASVAB, if you go to the community college and you take some maybe accelerated courses for some of the entry level stuff, you'll probably be able to work yourself up back up there. Plus they have tutoring available and all this other stuff literally for free. So I would definitely check out a community college if math is your weak point and you want someone or something to guide you to get that better math score. really, I just wanted this video to ease your mind that there's literally not really much you can do as far as studying for the ASVAB. And I say that because when you study for the ASVAB, you're not even studying like material. For example, like if there's words that you're studying from a book, what does this mean? Or like a practice test online. You're just trying to understand the concepts or how they will ask you questions, because that really matters, and standardized tests are kind of tricky that way. If I could rest assure you this, is that if I scored pretty decently walking straight in, no studying whatsoever, and scored what I did, I'm sure a lot of you guys that are in high school or coming fresh out of high school are probably going to do pretty okay. The one thing I underestimated was I was so used to using a calculator for everything in all my classes, and I understood concepts of calculus and algebraic stuff. It was just like even basic math. I was like, man, I haven't done this in years. So that stuff will kind of trip you up. Just make sure that you understand even the basics. If there's anybody out there that has seen like a significant increase in their score, let me know down in the comments below, just because from my experience talking with other people and going through this whole process and even listening to you guys write me, I've never really heard of anybody really increasing their score much higher. There's not really good results to show that, and I know that can be tough to say, but I also don't want you guys spending tons of money on books and aids and everything else, whereas like if you went and take a college class on campus at a community college, it could be pretty cheap and get you through pretty fast, or if you use financial aid, that could help you guys out as well. Or you can just say screw it and take the test no matter what, and hopefully you get something good, just like I did. As always, guys, if you guys have questions, hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. And as always, we have a live stream every Friday, 7 p.m. California time. If you want, you can donate as little as $1 down at the Patreon link down below and help the channel grow. We appreciate it. Thank you. And as always, I love you guys. I'll see you next time.
Run fingers over scarred skin. Let the guilt rain down all over me. Try to justify